My mom introduced me to my high school sweetheart. We got married after college. And then I found out I had cancer. Now, she's acting suspicious. I just need to get this off my chest. And maybe get some advice or just support. Backstory: I 28 started dating my now wife, Emily 28F. When we were in high school, my mom and her mom were friends, and they thought we would get along well. We did, and we quickly became inseparable. We went to the same college, graduated together, and got married a year after graduation. Emily is my rock. We've been through so much together, from the ups and downs of high school drama, the stress of college exams,
We've always dreamed of traveling the world.
starting a family, to figuring out adulthood together, and just growing old together. I was tired all the time, had some weird pains, and just didn't feel like myself. A few months ago, I started feeling really off. Emily pushed me to see a doctor, and after a bunch of tests, I got the worst news imaginable. I have cancer. I was devastated. All our plans, or dreams, felt like they were crumbling around us. Emily was and still is incredibly supportive. She's been with me at every doctor's appointment, every chemo session, and she's always trying to keep my spirits up. But it's hard. I'm scared. I'm scared of what this means for our future. I'm scared of leaving her alone. We've talked about it, and she always reassures me that we'll get through this together. But I can't help but feel like I'm ruining her life. This isn't the life I wanted for us. My mom feels guilty too. She thinks that if she hadn't introduced us, Emily wouldn't be going through this pain. I keep telling her that I'm grateful for every moment I've had with Emily, but she still feels responsible for her pain. Eventually, after several months of treatment, the doctors said the cancer was in remission. It was a huge relief, but I couldn't shake the fear of it coming back. Emily and I grew even closer through the ordeal, and I realized how strong our relationship really was. But recently, things have changed. Emily has been acting suspicious. She started hiding her phone and being secretive about who she's texting. She used to leave her phone lying around, but now she keeps it on her at all times, even taking it with her to the bathroom. And when I ask her about it, she gets defensive or gives vague answers. She's been working late a lot more often. She's also started going out more, without telling me where she's going or who she's with. There have been times when she's come home late and avoided giving a clear explanation of where she was, even once getting defensive saying I'm keeping her locked inside. We used to talk about everything, but now she seems distant. Our conversations feel forced, and she seems more interested in her phone than in talking to me. She used to be so affectionate, but now she barely touches me, and when she does, it feels obligatory. I've also noticed that she's been more meticulous about her appearance lately. She bought a whole new work wardrobe using almost half of the balance on my credit card, and spends twice the amount of time getting ready. There have been a few times when I've caught her in small lies about where she's been or who she's been with. When I confront her, she either gets angry and accuses me of not trusting her, or brushes it off as if I'm overreacting. I don't want to believe she could be cheating on me, but all the signs are there. I brought up my fears to my mother, and she is claiming I'm overreacting, and reminds me of all the things I have put her through the last few months. I don't know if I can ever get past this, but I also don't want to throw away everything we've built together. I'm scared of making the wrong decision, and I could really use some advice from anyone who has been in a similar situation. Update. I wanted to give you all an update on my situation and get some advice on what to do next. After my last post, things got even more suspicious. Emily's behavior didn't change, and my gut feeling kept telling me that something was wrong. I decided to investigate further, even though I felt terrible about invading her privacy. I started by checking our phone bill and noticed several unfamiliar numbers that she was frequently texting and calling. One number stood out, with messages and calls at odd hours. I was hesitant, but I decided to call the number. A man answered, and when I asked who he was, he hung up immediately. That confirmed my worst fears. I confronted Emily about it when she got home that evening. I told her I knew she was hiding something and that I needed the truth. At first, she tried to deny everything, but when I mentioned the phone number and the calls, she broke down and admitted she was having an affair. She said it started a few months ago when I was in the middle of my treatment. She felt lonely and scared and ended up getting close to a coworker. She insisted that it was just a physical thing and that she still loved me, but she felt overwhelmed by everything we were going through. I was devastated. I didn't know what to say or how to process everything. I told her I needed some time to think and asked her to stay with her parents for a few days while I sorted out my feelings. I've spent the last few days trying to figure out what to do. I feel betrayed and hurt. The person I thought would always be there for me has become the source of my pain. I'm not sure if I can ever trust her again, but I also can't imagine my life without her. Emily has been texting and calling, begging for forgiveness and promising to end the affair. She wants to go to couples counseling and says she's willing to do whatever it takes to fix our marriage. I'm torn between wanting to work things out and feeling like I deserve better. I don't know if I can ever get past this, but I also don't want to throw away everything we've built together. I'm scared of making the wrong decision, and I could really use some advice from anyone who has been in a similar situation. Update to my mom is on Emily's side. After Emily and I had our confrontation, I confided in my mom about everything. To my surprise, she was more sympathetic towards Emily than I expected. My mom said that Emily had been under a lot of stress and that people make mistakes when they're scared and vulnerable. She thinks I should forgive Emily and work on our marriage. This has been really hard for me to hear. I expected my mom to be in my corner, but instead, she's been urging me to give Emily another chance. She says that Emily was there for me during my illness and that she deserves understanding for her moment of weakness. My mom even invited Emily over to talk, which made me feel even more betrayed. I feel like I'm being pressured from all sides to forgive and forget, but I don't know if I can. I'm still processing the betrayal and trying to understand how to move forward. Having my mom take Emily's side has made this whole situation even more complicated and painful. I'm really lost right now, Reddit. I don't know what to do. Update 3 Final update. I'm likely going to delete this post soon. I had a recent appointment and discovered a tumor in my lungs. It is cancerous and inoperable. Emily has continued to see this man even though she thinks I don't know. My mother has been encouraging her and trying to make me feel guilty for asking her to stop. I have an open life insurance policy worth $250,000. I am changing the policy through my lawyer for it to be dispersed to different charities as well as my 401k and savings. She won't know until after I am dead, which won't be long from now. It's written in a note to Emily that if she tries to contest the will, my friend will release the messages and photos sent between her and her affair partner, which, considering it is her married boss, I assume won't end well. Thank you for hearing my story. Good night, Reddit.